Hi, my magical creatures, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is we are going to talk about what does it feel like to have a psychic vision. Before we begin, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a free way to help your girl out. So let's get started. Okay. So let's talk about psychic visions. Like, what is a psychic vision? So I don't know, like, who's seen the show That's So Raven? When the girl like she would like go in and have like the psychic vision or whatever. Um, Basically, for me, I've had visions where I've seen the future and it came true. I've had visions before, like things would happen and then it would be like 30 seconds later it would happen. So basically psychic visions too, it doesn't necessarily mean seeing the future, but it could you could see flashes of people that you end up probably meeting, or sometimes somebody may ask a question or something and then you may see a vision may be shown to you. It's just really weird. Like for me it would just happen at random. It was never me like really trying to concentrate and trying to see something. um but yeah, so I'm going to talk about like some of like the my instances that happened where I've had psychic visions, and then also too at the end I'll say like what does it feel like. So when I was younger, I remember going out to eat. I probably was like maybe 7 or 8 years old. And I remember we were, me and my family, we were out eating at like some, I think it was like Red Lobster, or it was like, no, I think it was like some Chinese buffet place, but it was really fancy. But I remember the waiter put my drink on the table or whatever, and the way that my drink was positioned, I had this jolt of knowledge. Like it felt like I was being electrocuted. I don't know if someone have you ever like stick your hand like in a socket and you got electrocuted, or when you plug something in and the metal piece was already in the outlet and your fingers touching the metal piece or whatever. I've been shocked a few times. So um, that's honestly what it feels like. It just feels like I watched the show Wednesday on Netflix, and when she was getting, because she would see psychic visions of the future too, and she would say, she said, getting a psychic vision feels like a jolt of electricity, but without the burning sensation and stuff like that. And I honestly think that is the most craziest, like whoever made the show Wednesday or whatever, I think that person was like channeling messages from the divine or something, because that was very accurate. For me, when I would get like it just feels like a like in your face, like whoa, like it felt like someone like blew a gust of air in your face, but without like the wind and stuff. Like I'm trying to say it in a way that you guys would understand, but honestly, for me, it felt like I was being like it was like a jolt of knowledge, like a knowing, like a 110% chance that this was going to happen, and it was like a straight knowing, and it just would happen, and it was just like you just got hit with like someone hitting you with a book, and then it's like all that knowledge is just in you. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like honestly like a jolt of electricity, but without the burning sensation, and it wasn't painful or anything, but it was just like like whoa, you know. I hope that's like the best way I can explain it, but that happened to me when I was 8 years old, and a cup, I got like I saw like my cup spilling. And so when the waiter came back, he put his, I think something like he was picking the plate up or something, and then my cup knocked over. And I thought that was very crazy. And then so the second time that happened again, I was a little bit older. I was probably like maybe like 10 years old at the time. And I remember I was at a I think I was at some diner place. I think it was like a place called Huddle House in Georgia. And I was with my family again, and the same thing happened again, and it was with the cup. And the I had a knowing that it was gonna fall, but I didn't pay any attention to it. I was just like, oh, like whatever. Like I didn't pay any attention to it. And then all of a sudden, the waiter comes and then the cup falls. I couldn't believe that. So a couple years later, I was 12 years old. I moved to California, and my aunt and I were eating at the mall, and there was a Red Robin inside the mall. And so me and my aunt were eating out at the mall inside Red Robin. So we're sitting on these high like stools and everything. And so while me and my aunt was sitting there, I ordered this drink, and all of a sudden she puts the drink down, you know, everything like that. And then the same sensation happened again. I got hit with a glimpse. So this is the third time this has ever happened in my life. I got hit with the glimpse of like, oh my God, like my cup was gonna fall. And so I had this intense knowing, like I knew it was gonna happen, but I didn't know how it was gonna happen. I just knew it was going to fall. And so I wanna say within 20 seconds, our waitress comes back and she puts her hand down. She puts our, I think she like was putting our food down or something like that. And her hand knocked my drink over and it fell onto the ground and it shattered because the ground was like a tile or whatever, and we were high up on the stools and stuff. So yeah, the cup broke and shattered. And I was like, I told my aunt, I said, I knew that was going to happen. And my aunt was all like, well, then why didn't you move it out the way? And so ever since then, at 12 years old, then that's when I started like researching um, like I want to say like psychic stuff. Like I didn't know what psychic stuff was at that time, but I was looking up like psychic, or I want to say like visions of the future, or like knowing things before it would happen. And then that's when I started like really learning about like psychic stuff, because that happened to me 3 times in my life. And then so and it didn't stop from there. Like it actually grew. So when I was in high school, I want to say I was like 14, 15 years old. That's when I really started seeing like visions, like things like videos and stuff like that. And I remember like walking from my friend's house, and I was walking in the orchards, or oh my God, the orchards. Oh my God, the orchards. So I remember walking through the orchards to get to my house, and it was like a shortcut to my house. So I walked in the orchards, and then all of a sudden I see two people, like a glimpse. Like these visions would just happen randomly. Like it was never like I could control it or like see, like it would just hit me in my face, and it felt like a jolt of knowledge, you know? And I would see it, and it's like a memory too. It's like a very vivid memory in my brain, in my mind, that but it's a memory I've never had. It's like as if it was implanted in my head. um I mean, I don't want to scare anyone, but I mean, this is what I feel what a psychic vision is, because this is what happened to me. um so I was walking the orchards, and I saw this girl that I'm friends with, and from school, and I saw like a light skinned person next to her, and her best friend was this person at school, and he was light skinned. And so I remember, but I didn't really see him clearly, but I saw the skin, and it was weird because I saw the picture that was the vision that I saw. It was like a picture, but it was crazy because it was like I knew stuff about it. It was like I intuitively like knew what it was. Like it was a light skinned person next to this girl that I was friends with. And I didn't know what that was, but I thought that was so weird. So it was probably around like 12 o'clock in the afternoon that happened. So I want to say at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I go to Walmart. And so I'm at Walmart, and I see my friend from school, and then I see a light skinned person next to her, but it wasn't her best friend. It was this other light skinned person that we would talk to and hang out with, and he was with her. So I thought that was so crazy, and she was wearing the same exact outfit that I saw when I saw her earlier in my mind. It was very crazy, and yeah. Um, and then I want to say too, like another time, I remember I was doing dishes in the kitchen and stuff like that. I was doing dishes in the kitchen, and then all of a sudden, I get a glimpse of like my uncle, and he's wearing like a white t-shirt with some black dicky shorts. And I remember it was like early in the morning. It was like 8 in the morning, and I was like doing dishes. And my uncle, like he worked like with clients and stuff with like intellectual disabilities. So like he was never home. Like he would always do like the night shifts and stuff. So he would be like sleeping over at their house, and like he was always out with his girlfriends and stuff like that. So like he was never really home. So I never knew when he was home. So I was just in the, I didn't think he was home. I didn't think anybody was home, and or as I thought. And so when I was doing the dishes, I saw my uncle. I saw an image of him with like a white shirt and then some black dickies, and he was standing out, like he was coming into the kitchen area, like he was standing by the opening of the kitchen area, and that's what I saw. So I was just like, okay, that's weird. I don't know why I saw that. And so um I'm doing the dishes, and 30 seconds later, I want to say within 30 seconds, he comes out of his room wearing the same exact clothes that I saw that was given to me, the vision that I saw, and then he was standing there, and then I turn around and look because I hear his door open and downstairs, and so I look, and he's standing there wearing the same exact outfit, and I just thought that was so crazy. So I definitely do believe in seeing the future, and I believe that time travel exists because I mean, I'm able to perceive and see things before it happens. So, but after that, like, I started like learning how to talk to like angels and like hearing them and stuff. And then I want to say, yeah, and then I started like clairvoyantly reading people and stuff like that. And then that's when I started to like really feel people's energies, like feel their emotions and feel their intentions and stuff like that. And then after that, like, I stopped getting the visions and stuff. Every once in a probably like once or twice a year, I'll get like a vision or something, but not as vivid and like what I used to back then in high school. And I don't know if that was like maybe like spirit trying to get my attention, like, hey, you're meant to go down this supernatural paranormal path, you know. Yeah, and I think maybe that had to happen to me in order for me to like um to go down this path and to research it and stuff like that, because I just didn't understand why this was happening to me, because no one else, it wasn't like anyone that I knew wasn't happening. But then I met a friend that was into this stuff, and I told him, and then he was like, oh, you have the gift of precognition, like that's a very rare ability that people have, but you can see the future. That's cool. So I really felt like I was on That So Raven. And then like also too, watching Charmed, I remember that girl, I think her name was not Phoebe Prue. It was like what, Phoebe, Prue, and then what was the third sister on there? Oh my god, I can't remember the third sister. But one of the girls, like one of her powers was like she could see the future. Like she had visions and stuff. Like she would like touch people, and then like she would get a glimpse of like the future and stuff. So it was kind of like the same thing. Like it was just like whoa. So definitely psychic visions are definitely real. I've experienced it many times in my life, and hopefully I can experience it more. But honestly, I hope that was like the best um telling y'all like about like what psychic visions feel like, because that's what it feels like to me. It just feels like it's like a very vivid like memory implanted into my brain, and then it's like I could see it, and then it just feels like a jolt of knowledge, like an electric shock, but like without the pain, if that makes sense. It's like a like whoa, like I just saw that, maybe a little less dramatic, but because it happens randomly, it doesn't, you know. So, but and plus, and if you also have any experiences with psychic visions, and you're, anything on that, I will definitely love to hear your comments down below in the comments. But yeah, so I'm gonna end this video here, but don't forget to like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay magical.